Hey everybody, Mark Di Giuseppe, the legendary Straniero, these days better known as Trashman Blues, and I'm bringing you Pimp, my one-man band, number 5. I thought that this time we could talk about microphones, and one of my favorite things to talk about is condenser microphones. Anyway, so my one-man band rig right here now, I've been ripping it apart, taking all the wires out completely. And why am I doing this? Because, you know, the way that I build things is that I add something and I take it off, and I add something else, take it off, and this box here is where I do all the connections. Was just a mess of wires, and when it gets to be like that, things that have been soldered a whole bunch of times in different places, they tend to start making noise and stuff. So I'm doing the whole thing from scratch, starting it all over again. And I'm also adding in, here will be 3 lithium batteries instead of the heavy acid lead batteries that I've been using. So my singing microphones, I use these, they're 1950s Geloso piezoelectric microphones. They're like the same kind as those Elvis microphones, those big Shure, you know, the 1950s style Shure. And I like those a lot. But anyway, I want to talk to you about condenser microphones. You know what condenser microphones are? All right, let's see if I can find one here. Look, there's a condenser microphone. These little tiny capsules. These things are super cheap. I mean, very cheap. And they're light, and you can put them almost anywhere. I used to use them for singing too. I don't use them anymore because these other mics sound much better. But anyway, you can use these mics for singing. You can put them on all your instruments. That's the thing that's really great about these, is that I mic my whole instrument with these little tiny mics all over the place. And then they all come together in the 8-channel mixer, which is all hardwired too. I took all the jacks out and I hardwire everything, so there's no jacks, there's no connections to come loose or break or anything like that. So anyway, condenser mics, you can find them also, you know, these computer mics. You can't plug these in directly to an amplifier. They have to be, they have to have a phantom power circuit. And I can show you how to make a phantom power circuit super cheap and super easy. These are computer microphones. They're cute. They have little condensers inside, and I like these for singing too. Anyway, so how can you use a condenser microphone, these condenser microphones, with an amplifier? It's not hard at all. It's a simple circuit. And this circuit consists of, the circuit consists of 2 of these, which are 2,200K resistors, 2 of these, and 1 of these, which is a 63 volt 10 UF capacitor. Okay. And by making a little circuit like this, which I'm going to show you how to wire now, you can power 1 of these microphones. I have also built, this is my, this one here is an old one that I used to use by itself. I built this for my system. This is 5 of those, right? Yeah, 5 of them all stuck together. And those 5 different circuits, which are all labeled here clearly, have the positive and the negative battery shared between them all. And also, this is shared, the same battery is shared to the mixer, because it gives me no problem at all. This circuit consumes no power almost at all, so it'll run for months on the same battery, or if you use rechargeable batteries, you'll never have to worry about it. Oh, and also, you can use a circuit like this on 1.5 volts, just a single AA battery, or you can use it on much more. I've been running this on 12 volts for years. It works fine. I think that because of the capacitor is 63 volts, I think that you can run it up to 63, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so how do you build these circuits here? Oh, I wanted to show you also that I labeled the out and the in, out, in, out, in of every single one separately. They all have separate outs and ins for the audio, but they all share the battery negative, which is the negative of everything, and the positive. So how do you do this? It's really easy. Okay, look. Oh, there we go. Okay. Your microphone here has two wires coming off of it, a red one and a black one. Okay? The red wire goes to the positive side of the capacitor, which is the positive side? It's easy to tell. The negative side has this band on it. You can see there's a negative sign too there. The positive side isn't labeled. So the negative side is the one with the band. Okay? It's also the shorter of the two wires. Okay? So the positive side, which is the longer, should be connected to that red wire of your battery, of your microphone, sorry. And then also connected to one of the sides of one of the resistors, right? Okay, so you got the microphone. It's connected to the positive side of the capacitor and one side of the resistor. So this resistor on the other side is connected directly to the positive of the battery. Okay? And that battery can be from 1.5 and up. Okay, then the negative side of the capacitor is connected to the other resistor, which has the other side connected to negative of the battery. And then the output is right between here. You just make a connection there. And that's your positive output for the microphone. Then the ground wire for the microphone will be the same as the ground for the battery. So you have to run a ground wire, the black wire from, or white, this one's white, the white or black wire from the microphone, you run to the negative of the battery and also to the out. So your output wires are this one here and this one here. And that's it. So look at it again. Your microphone goes into the capacitor on the positive side. It has a connected resistor here, 2200K. That goes to the positive of the battery. And the negative of the battery goes to the other resistor. And the other side goes to the negative of the capacitor. There's your output and the ground. That's it. So this just takes two 2200K resistors and one 63 volt 10 UF condenser capacitor. And that's it. That's all it takes. So using those, you can hook them up. I have one of those. I'll show you here. My cymbals, my cymbal goes here. My cymbal's attached to this here. And there's the microphone right there for it. This is a cardioid microphone here for the snare drum. Snare drum goes here. And here's another condenser mic right here. I packed it in foam, but it picks up the cowbell. So that's microphones. I'm going back to ripping everything apart. That's been Pimp My One Man Band number 5. And happy one man banding to everybody. Ciao.